Alright, welcome everyone to today's live stream, Subnautica Below Zero. Yes, we're going to do some more Below Zero, but it's much more of a chill day. We're going to be doing some driving around, gathering supplies, but also focusing on just doing more chatting and hanging out with you guys. So greetings to everyone. Hey, greetings, Jason. Thanks for joining in. Aiden, Spots. Thank you all for joining in. Mr. Sloth, greetings. Thank you for joining in. Everybody else that joins in, thank you for coming. So, you know, we're back Below Zero. No update, unfortunately, but, you know, we do have some stuff we can still go do, and I can still be scared of lightning striking outside the base as though it's hitting inside the base, but, yeah, we got stuff we can do, just stuff to play around with today. But, like I said, thank you for joining in. Today, I'm gonna try my best, pay attention, chat, do this over here. But I also have a special thing to mention today. Let me bring the Timmy up. Timmy, you already messed up your bed again. So, Timmy, as of the end of this month, I think the 29th is the date, it'll be 2 years since I adopted Timmy. And we went to the vet today for his annual checkup. And we go to the same vet that worked on him before at the shelter. And last year we didn't see the same vet person, but today we walk in and we get greeted. Everybody's going, "Oh, he's so cute, he's so adorable," and everybody was just loving on him in the hallway, you know, when they're checking his weight and everything. And the doctor comes in and introduces himself, and I know the name because it was the same doctor that did his surgery taking the heartworms out. And I'm sorry for those of you who have heard the story a few times. If you're new, you're hearing the story for the first time. It's the doctor who took out, it was like 22, 23 heartworms from him. And it was just like, I know this dog. I remember this dog. I was like, yeah, I know you did the surgery on him. I know your name. And it was just a great reunion for Timmy with the doctor. And one of the girls that worked at the shelter was there. She came, knocked on the door, came in to give Timmy a hug because she hadn't seen him since he got adopted by me and was happy to see him. And she took... she said, I still got his picture on my phone, and it still comes up on the slideshow. So it was just a really nice day for me, remind me of how special he is. But what got my attention the most was when the doctor who did the surgery said, I don't keep stuff from the animals I see, but I have his heartworms in a jar in my office. Do you want to see them? I didn't see them. I was like, I know what heartworms look like, but just the fact that the doctor says, I don't normally keep stuff, but I have his heartworms, just reminded me how special his surgery was, how unique his situation was, and how lucky it is, how miraculous it is he's still alive. So he is my miracle dog, and that's his story today. He's got a clean bill of health, perfect on everything, but he got a special reunion today. Is just so happy for him. He did get a couple shots in the butt, so he wasn't happy about that. And it reminded me, I haven't said anything about this because I didn't want to make it a big deal, but he is my miracle dog. He needs to have his story shared. So he does have his own YouTube channel. There's a link in the description below. He's only got one video. It just tells the story about, his rescue and everything. But I'm going to start pushing out for some more content with him if you want to watch it. So yeah, go check that out after the stream or during the stream if you want, whatever. But he had a very nice reunion this morning. I just wanted to share that story. Right, Timmy? You're my good boy. So, yeah, with that out of the way, now it's time to go back to... We'll play the game. We're going to do some hanging out today. So, Xbox, you're mining really technical Minecrafters like you. I would say, looking back, if you're wanting to move villagers easily, Minecraft mod... The mob capture mod is basically a Pokeball, but not a Pokeball that I use. You pick them up, you take them in, you put them where you want. Saves you a lot of time. It's not a lead, but it will help you out there. Nintendo made their own survival game called Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I've heard of Pikmin, but I did not know it had been turned into a survival game because I really don't keep up with console stuff that much anymore, especially Nintendo stuff, because I don't have... the last console I bought was a used Xbox 360 that somebody sold because that was Ring of Death, and I fixed it to make it work. So I don't keep up with the console games anymore. I stick mostly with PC gaming because, hey, I like PC gaming. I like being able to add mods to stuff and be able to upgrade. you know, for better equipment, or, you know, upgrade for better gear to make the videos look better, you know, video quality better, do all that. I like being able to improve upon it. So I stick with PC stuff. I don't pay attention to the console stuff. Good afternoon, Michael. Yeah, Timmy's like, I've already heard enough stuff about me being cute and how lucky I am to survive. Yes, I mean, not 50 times, but he did get to hear it a good bit from the people there. They were just like, oh, he's so fortunate he survived, and he's such a cute little dog. And I was just telling like how happy he is now, or how energetic he can be now that he gets a lot of exercise. He likes to run around and play, and he of course has to be everybody's buddy. Like if he sees somebody, he wants to go say hi to them. He wants to be their friend. And why can I not get this to line up? Give me my reverse camera back, devs. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to fix this the other way. It keeps moving the wrong direction. No. Okay. Somehow it managed to completely reverse everything, too. Why is this being so problematic today? It's because I mentioned Timmy and didn't just go right into the game. The game's upset with me that I didn't just go... Oh, that might be why. I see what happened. Somehow it reversed the C-Truck modules. It had it backwards. That's why it wouldn't dock. Why did it turn it backwards? I didn't have the C-Truck backwards. It turned the modules backwards for some reason, though. And, wait. Oh, that's what it was. I dropped the prawn suit in last time, and it doesn't redock without, well, no, that still wouldn't make sense. I would have turned the C-Truck around and docked that way. I don't know why it didn't do, why it rotated around. Okay, let's be back up and just gonna break everything. That's all I'm doing. I'm breaking this first, because I can't see where I'm going in reverse anymore. Yes, Timmy is a big part of, well, not just, I mean, the gaming. It's just a big part of my life. Ain't that right, Timmy? Especially when he's like just, quit, I've heard this. It's nap time. Yes, Timmy for President 2020. I still need to do something with that. I'm going to have to go, if it gets sunny in the next couple days, I'll go try to get, you know, actually, Timmy, we might bust out my old green screen and see if we can get you, we got to make a presidential promotion poster for Timmy. Timmy for President 2020. I'll have to do that and put it somewhere up. Once I make more videos for Timmy, everyone subscribe for just Timmy. If I make more videos for Timmy, it's going to be on his channel, not mine. They're not going to subscribe to me. Where do you find Ruby and the emergency speed module? Okay, now, emergency speed module. I mean, the little speed boost. I cannot remember at the moment. Maybe somebody can look it up real quick and post that from the wiki, but I do not remember. Now, Ruby, I want to say the place I remember finding it early is Deep Lily Pad. If you go where the drop down is, okay, in Deep Lily Pad, you've got the big like plateau where the Omega base is. There's that drop down area that leads into the Deep Lily Pad area where you have, of course, the flower spore plants. There's ruby through there, if I am remembering right. I'm pretty sure that's where I got some of the ruby early off. And that's where you're kind of meant to find it, so that you get it there and you make your depth module, and you go a little bit lower, get some other stuff to make the next depth module. I don't think it's that plentiful anymore, but I'm pretty sure that's where it was the last time I had to go get some. You know what? I'm going out gathering supplies, so we'll head towards that anyway. Looking for resources. Good afternoon, William. Thanks for joining in. Hello, Ducku. Okay, yeah, Glacial Basin. Should be able to find some there. I want to say kind of in this area, but I think maybe like in some of the cave. Oh, actually, no, I can't remember if the caves near the basin had it. To find some, I'm sure going in maybe that new tunnel maze system, I think might have some. Oh, it's doing this and Subnautica, original Subnautica, has got me thrown off. I keep getting switched up on the controls. I keep forgetting, all right, the Ruby is in the, no, that's the original game, not Below Zero. And then I'm thinking, okay, that's Below Zero. So, yeah, I want to say, I know you get Ruby down in the Purple Crystal Caverns, but I'm pretty sure you have to have it for one of the depth modules before that. And I'm thinking that's where I got it from the Deep Lily Pad area, because you go there anyway for the Omega base to get some unlocks. So I want to say that's where I was finding it. Also, actually, I know a good place for it. The Prawn Suit Cave, the mining site cave. There's going to be loose ruby, and then I'm pretty sure there was a couple of large ruby chunks I think they actually had in there that you can drill out once you have the drill arm. But you don't even have to have the drill arm to get in there and get some of the, like, loose pieces of ruby. I'm pretty sure there was some there. Yes, no whole fish have been harmed yet. We might still harm one or two later. Hey, Michael Miller, thanks for joining in. Yes, Mr. Sloth, thanks for that. You backed me up on that. I know the mine is like one of the, I guess, easier ways to find it. You know, now I'm thinking about it, it might be nickel specifically that I was thinking of over by the Omega base. Drop down into the Flower Sport area. I feel like there was ruby there at some point too. Just, I'm not 100% anymore on where certain things are, because I keep trying to remember the difference between this game and the original. Now, I think I've cleared almost all the resource chunks out, the drillable chunks. I mean, I'm going to get to the point where I think I could go through the whole map and not find a single drillable chunk in this. They have definitely stripped back resource availability of certain things in this, especially titanium. You either, I feel like they made the trash can much more useful in this game, because you end up with so much extra junk trying to get titanium from the small outcroppings that you just gotta throw stuff away at some point. You really do. So I'll end up with like a surplus of copper. And we'll grab this quartz. Assuming he doesn't come after me, he's kind of right over there. Let me get in a position where I can maybe catch it as he comes at me. Which Subnautica is better, first or second? Well, second one is not done in terms of story, but based on just the vehicles alone, the restrictions there, first Subnautica is way better. Going back to having a sea moth, having the Cyclops, and then coming back to playing this on Saturdays is like, this is a letdown. I mean, severe letdown. I feel like, you know, from, even without mods, just having the Cyclops and Sea Moth compared to the Sea Truck, I feel like the original game is normal gameplay, and Below Zero is like they tied your legs together and told you to swim. You know, that's kind of how it feels. So, just based on the vehicles, first game's better. Based on the resource availability for building, first game's better. Story, it's kind of hard to copy them, because originally the story in this was less of that isolation feel, And it still is less of an isolation feel. If you look at the first game, you're on your own. You know, you're not talking to anybody else. You're getting the AI, you're getting the sunbeam talking to you, but you're not talking to anyone. Here we actually have a conversational element that we're talking back and forth with, granted, an alien, not another human, but we are still talking to someone as part of this story, whereas in the previous story version, we were actually talking to other humans as well. So there is a notable difference in terms of the story feel, less of that isolation aspect in this game as opposed to the first. Plus, the story's not done, so I can't say which one's better on that. Yeah, first game also has scarier creatures right now. I think everybody's just kind of gauging around the Reaper Leviathan more than anything else. I mean, the Chelicerae has a more realistic feel to it in terms of the design and the scariness of that design, but I mean, you see that face with the Reaper Leviathan, you know, predator mandibles coming at you, you're like, you get shocked that first time. That's definitely got a lot more of a fear element to the first game with the creature design and that than this game. I feel like in this game, they tried to get a little bit more tuned in on biological reality with the designs. Trying to actually, I mean, the name Chelicerae, you know, the Cryptosuchus, they're not just naming around random stuff. They're naming more around actual, you know, classifications of creatures. Suchus, I'm pretty sure that's crocodile-like is what it means. So you have this crocodile-like creature that has fins, you know, like not just claws, but like fins, you know, webbed fingering. And it has that crocodile-like look to it, so they definitely went to try and make it more of a realistic feel on that. The Chelicerae, I want to say that was something like squid-like. I want to say is what Chelicerae, it comes from Chelicerata. I remember that, and I can't remember if it was squid or like a mollusk reference on that, but they definitely have gone more of a realistic styling to the creatures in this one, at least the new creatures, as opposed to original game being just, hey, we're gonna make this scary. Game crashed after you repaired Sea Truck. Well, it's early access, it's still gonna be buggy. Ghost, yeah, they've got the Ghost Leviathan, which, I mean, normal interaction in areas around the world, not a problem. You go in the void, you're getting constantly attacked by up to 3 of them once they all spawn in. Yeah, it gets kind of bad there. It's gonna do some damage to your vehicle, whether that's Sea Moth, Prosuit, or Cyclops. But you know, they're working on, or they've got the model showcase so far for the Void version of the Chelicerae, which is not like ghostly looking, but it does have like almost ghost styling to it, like it's a dead one. It's got that very pale look to it, so I feel like that's kind of like, we're not going with it's just the Ghost, which Ghost Leviathan, Ghost because it's got that translucent body, a lot more focus on the bioluminescence that they did in the first game. You don't see quite as much of that bioluminescence focus in this one in certain areas. And it's not like over the top bioluminescence. Like the Shadow Leviathan, good example. Dark body, but a bioluminescent mouth area. Why? Think like anglerfish. It's to draw attention of prey to the mouth so they swim towards the light and then get eaten. So again, that it feels like they've tried to be more biologically realistic in certain aspects on this game with the creatures. That's why you don't have a creature with a what looks like almost a normal face on it, which is why it's not quite so scary. The one in the blood kelp zone scared the crap out of you. I mean, they can be surprising. Your stepmom is beating you with a feather. Yeah, was that that joke? I want to say, you know, was it? I would say X-Men Apocalypse. They did some joke in that movie. I would say that was the one that joked about it being a case that, like, yeah, the third one is always the worst of a trilogy. You know, kind of poking fun at all the trilogies where the third movie was the worst one. I mean, Star Wars, we didn't have Ewoks until the third one. We saw how cheesy they got with that at the end, trying to sell marketable stuff. Yeah. Matrix. The Matrix, I would say the third one, maybe not quite the worst one. Well, it was definitely not the best one. Matrix, the first one, was the best. And so this is going to be a case of where, is it going to be, here we are, second Subnautica, if we do Subnautica 3, is that going to be the worst one? Is that going to be even worse than this, or is it going to be where they turn it around and bring it back? I would say a good counter example to that is the Riddick styling. You got Pitch Black, really brought that Riddick character out, made him like the highlight of the movie because people just went crazy. Did the sequel, Chronicles of Riddick, absolutely terrible. And then it took an independent studio crowdsourcing money to do Riddick, just Riddick, the third one, which went back to how awesome Riddick was in Pitch Black. And it was way better than Chronicles of Riddick, and even poked fun at Chronicles of Riddick in some regards. So I don't know, we might see a Subnautica 3 that makes us be like, you know, Below Zero is not that bad. But then we might also see a Subnautica 3 that makes us say, wow, this is better than both of the previous ones. But I'm definitely kind of leaning more towards Subnautica Below Zero not living up to what Subnautica has done with it. So let's try Spider, that's what it is. Yeah, that's where I was thinking. Spiders and scorpions. Because of the legging aspect, I think is what it was. And I think they went with the whole idea of the mandibles being like legs turned into mandibles, because they got that kind of like an not bony but exoskeleton style design to them for the jaws on the Chelicerae. That's what it was like. So it's spider related. Yeah, not I knew it was something I had watched where I heard Chelicerata mentioned, and it was to do with sea scorpions. That's what it was ancient sea scorpions. Watch PBS and other stuff like that. You should watch documentaries too occasionally. Learn new things. I like watching the documentaries on, you know, what we've learned about ancient creatures. So yeah, that's where they got it from. It's your birthday in 2 days. Again, happy early birthday, Xbox. We won't be streaming on that day, but yeah, happy birthday to you now. And I'm trying to think, if you follow me on Twitter, make sure you tweet me on your birthday, and I'll tweet you back a special happy birthday thing. Happy birthday thing from Timmy. How about that? But yeah, happy birthday in advance. I feel like I've got a lot of quartz now again. I got one titanium spot, so that was helpful. Let's see. Is this a drop off to the void? I think it is. I think this is where. Yeah, I can see it. That's the void drop off. So next update we'll have voicings. I kind of figured they would at least have some voicings done, because you don't want to wait and get all the voices done last. you know, they've already done a little bit of the rework on the voicing. Like, you know, we have a new accent to our PDA voice. But I'm wondering more if they're going to actually have some of the text finished. Some of the actual, like, what's going to be said. Because we know there's still plenty of stuff where it's just like, Temp, Robin and Alan talk about this. And, you know, it's like Robin gasp or whatever, you know. They've got it kind of, it's like reading it from like a play or something, you know. They've got it set up to where it's telling the expression to the actor what to do. So I'm hoping we'll have stuff completed beyond that with the next update at least. Oh yeah, there's that weird lantern fruit. Body heat plus 429. I want to suffer other parts, other problems, and that works. And I did not mean to click that. Oh, my health is getting low, or my water's getting low. I didn't bring any water with me, so I'll go chug that.
Stabilizing.
No, I need to start clearing some of this out. Plus 311, plus 311. So I got the other one that's plus 429. And yet this is not rotten. I want to eat those. Oh, wait, that's done. Oh, wait, gotta climb out and do some work here. Get this. I got titanium over there. I'll get that too. What if Subnautica 3 was all pixelated because they lost the budget and Below Zero and the game was a minute long? I don't think we would have that problem. I think that what I would like to see is maybe more of an expansive world in the third one. Maybe kind of like we arrive, like get rid of, we're already moving away from the isolation thing, as I mentioned earlier with the story. There's not that isolated feel anymore, because we do have conversation aspects where it's a two-way conversation, not us just hearing from somebody we can't talk to, like in the first game. Well, the third one, again, I say we need a desert style area. In the third one, maybe a flying vehicle, like short-range flying vehicle in the third one. Something like that, be fun. You know, a desert skimmer type flying vehicle. Cool, but what if we have the third game kind of go in the blend of like Subnautica meets maybe Skyrim, Fallout, where a much larger, more expansive map, and actually have like maybe some active research bases where you interact with NPCs and have a way to be like, not like an instant teleport type thing, but maybe like the flying vehicle thing could even have like, you have one where you can go and launch yourself, but then these bases have it where you can actually jump in one and it's got like, it's a transport to another base. It'll like, oh yeah, we're heading out to here in 1 hour game time, and you can set it to give you a countdown while you hang out at the base, do other stuff, and then it's like, oh yeah, I gotta be here, ready to go at this time, and it basically travels you fast travel style to the other base, so you can move over there. And I mean, that'd be interesting to add that kind of mix to the game, because I mean, obviously we're more focused on building our own bases in the game typically. But what if we actually had other bases or you know, active NPC locations to interact with in addition to that, and still could go build our own bases? I think that could be an option. Michael's birthday is coming up on the 17th. Well, happy early birthday to you as well, Michael. Thank you for joining with us. You're cleaning your home office. I am in my home office. I am working while you clean. How about that? This counts as work for me, I guess. And I don't need to clean in here, but I definitely could do some could redo some cable management. I constantly am trying to change things around and see if I like something better than what I have, and then changing it back. So I am not good on cable management with this desk, just because I have to have it constantly be adjustable for me to move things around in case I want to make a quick adjustment. I could definitely probably do some cable management of some sort on this desk to clean it up a bit. What? Sound like a bully shark, brute shark. Oh, there's squid shark. Oh, there's more quartz. I think I found like the last 2 titanium deposits in the game. There's the shark that I heard.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
It's Thanksgiving for you already. That's right. I remember you mentioning that the other day. So yeah, you have like it's your 3-day weekend, right? Monday is your day off. So you're just going to use your weekend to do cleaning and everything. Hello, Nick. Prawn suit train for travel to base. Maybe not a prawn suit train, but maybe they could have like a bullet style train if there's a 3rd game or something like that. That could be kind of interesting. Like, we've gone from, you know, not a few months later, but a few years later, we're back here and they are, we've been colonizing it to try and, you know, get more, well, not colonizing, not like shopping malls, but like colonizing for research and production purposes. So maybe, you know, something like that could be interesting. Or it might be a case if we have a 3rd one, we might be going to another world. I feel like they would probably stick with the idea of it's already embedded this world, unless they consider they are closing out the precursor story here in this game. I feel like the 3rd one will either be back here for another phase of the precursor story, or the 3rd game would be us maybe going back, like looking for the precursor planet. Maybe Alan is like, I need to return home and I need your help or something like that, and or gives us the coordinates saying, please come visit and join us or something like that. So the next one is us visiting the precursor home to find out they're all dead from the bacterium. You know, it's like we go there and now we're finding some of the last remnants. And squid shark attack. Didn't even hear him coming up. He just snuck up behind me. He popped me, I'm going to pop you. Haha. Let's look for this is where I could use the fabricate. Well, no. Actually, it's just where I need a storage module, another one. Because, oh yes, there it is. I see some metal salvage still around. I gotta get some metal salvage. I'm gonna actually go out and look as much as I can for it. And because of them, I think I'm going to stick with the prawn suit as my mode of travel. I don't want the little guys coming up and messing with me, hypnotizing me all over the place. A game on Roblox has 1.4 million players right now. That's gotta take some server power there. Timmy for president 2020. Timmy, you need to make a presidential address, or at least an appearance. No? There you go. Oh, he's like, scratch me first, then I'll sniff the food. Oh. Yeah. Oh, don't want it? Give you some more. Like, okay, I'll try this one. And not the other ones. Prostitute attached to a transport train. That could be interesting. Maybe they could ditch the entire sea truck design, scrap it from this, put the sea moth and Cyclops back in, and give us a better depth module for the sea moth, and use the design of the sea truck as the basis for the sea train in Subnautica 3. How about that? That saves their work that they put into the sea truck design, the visuals, but at the same time, we get our better vehicles back. Oh, you ate finally. Okay. Here. One more. Yes, there you go. Okay, I need to adjust my storage a bit. Just gonna do that. I don't think I've got any more drillable spots in this area specifically. Wait a second, where is it? I know it's all some titanium inside. That's why I came over here, was to get around that side to get it. Oh, and I'm going in. It's not where I was. Over here? There it is. Went a little further over than I thought I did. Let's see. What got reset? Oh, yeah. I miss having my, my expanded toolbar. Reactor rod. Sure, I'm not using them, but we'll take them anyway. I'm surprised there's no indication that you're actually doing anything with it. Like, you just kind of have to be in range, as opposed to the door. It goes around in a circle. I mean, obviously you don't need to go in a circle with that, but at least some kind of like swiping left to right, right to left, something like that, like you're going across the latch trying to cut it, would be expected, I would say. Wonder how much else has reset at this point. Is there any water? Old Chinese potatoes. I got Chinese potatoes. Old Chinese potato. Or I got them. Yeah, like sealed door. They got sealed again. Pretty sure I've been through it this time. I might not have been to here this time. Thank you, Michael. Timmy is cute. Timmy for president. How many ship crash sites? 3 as of right now. There's the front piece that you're supposed to find first, that has just a hole you go in through. I think it has one door you cut, and that's it. Then there's the second one, which has a couple of things to cut, and is one of the spots where you actually have to find something in there. I remember that. And then this is the third one. This is like the bridge command console area. So there's like this is the front, then the second one you find is the middle, and the third one is the thruster section, you would say, you know. That's what it is right now. I don't think they've added any room for a fourth one because of the distance between these as the ship crashed. There's not really any room for a fourth one to be added up there. Where are you coming from? He's just swimming around in the terrain. Yeah, I'm so ready for them to fix that. So yeah, this is the front of the ship. There's a spot over there where you can actually see into the command area where there's just like windows. But not... I'm pretty sure I've been through all of this, or Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been through all this in the past. I think stuff just got reset more than usual with the last update. Let's go. This way. Squeeze. Oh, oh, oh. This is going to be some item juggling, but more titanium. Sometimes you just have to wander around for like an hour looking for titanium. Actually, I see copper there. And I did grab copper earlier that I didn't need, because I figured I wasn't going to find any titanium, but, you know, now I'm finding titanium. So I think I've got room to get enough out of this. Yeah, that should cover it. I think it's going to be the last one, and then we got to go back, drop supplies off. No whole fish have been harmed yet. We're still not to that point, but it may happen. It may happen. Oh. There's the Chelly. That's what happened. The Chelly from over here, he got stuck in the terrain and he kind of went over that way too far. He's not supposed to be over there. He's supposed to be back in this area, and he just kind of glitched into the terrain, as they tend to do, and get stuck. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Michael. We will see you next time. One more little piece. Is that? Yep, that's it. Okay. I heard that bellow. It sounded like it came from over here, and then as soon as I looked there, it sounded like it was over here. Oh, yeah, I can see some tail coming out there. Or that guy does his mesmer trick on my mind. We'll get out of here. Oh, 2 copper spots there. Surely I've already seen those and I just left them because I didn't need copper at that time. I don't even need copper now, really, but might as well. Grab some while I have room until I start to run out. I may swap in a third. Actually, I may just take some of the tools out that I have, because I'm not staying gone for that long. I'm not doing anything too special at the moment. Oh, look at that terrain generation right there. Floating vent things, yeah. Very sluggish for loading stuff in still in this game. Oh, there's that one. So that was another one over there that got stuck. A different Chelicerate. He's about to come after me, I'm sure. That Roblox game has 1.7 million players. That's just going to be a case of, it's just going to get to a point something's going to crash. That's got to be a lot of servers being used for that right now. Nick, my day has been good. How was yours? I think you came in late, so you missed the story about Timmy's vet visit, but he went to the vet and everything's good. Is that right, Timmy? Nice. Look. Come here, Timmy. Alright. He threw his bedding out. Like, flipped it off on one side. So, no Timmy? Timmy. No Timmy? Timmy. Where'd Timmy go? Where'd he go? Hey. Yeah, I don't care. I'm comfortable. Hey. Timmy. Alright, I'll let him sleep for a minute. He's not a sad pupper. He's just a tired pupper. He likes... well, I mean... maybe not tired. Maybe he's just like, you're not playing with me. He would rather me be playing with him right now, but... I'm playing the game instead. It's not something he can play. Boop. Ah, gotcha again. I think I got damage from him bumping into me more than him actually attacking me. I think it's around... actually, I keep going on that side. I think it's this side I gotta go around. Oh, so many caves, or, you know, tunnels through these. If you could build in them more readily, if we had more versatility in terms of placement, it wasn't like snap this way and then turn 90 degrees, but if we could rotate around and have adjustable curved pipes to allow for having like be able to drag and adjust the angle to how you want it to be, or basically place down like, okay, I'm gonna place down this pipe followed by another pipe over here at this, and I can choose how to like link the curve between them. That would just completely change how you could set up your bases, what kind of design options you would have for bases. I'm sure that would be just an absolute nightmare to code and make sure it would work consistently. So I don't think that would happen, but it'd be great if it did. It'd be an awesome way to improve the base building in this. There. Let's drop supplies off. And yeah, there we go. That's this room. Where's the empty one? That's empty. Okay, so yeah, full to here. You know, actually, I may have to organize at some point now. I may have to actually go in and do some kind of organization to this, because I am running things in a very weird arrangement. I didn't think I would have that much stuff here. I don't even have reactor rods here yet. Let's see, I've got time to get this stuff out before I have to eat. Yeah. I'm gonna move this up a little bit so that doesn't drop right on top of it. I know that's what's gonna happen when I jump in the prawn suit. Alright, we got plenty of stuff this time.
Calorie intake recommended.
Man, that's such a, you know, we're playing a female character, but that's such like a manly gurgle from your hungering stomach, in my opinion. That just sounds like a very large appetite type belly making that sound. And that little guy was rolling along the floor when I came up. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the titanium there as much as I can. More copper, more quartz. Running out of room. Well, not really. I got room. It's just gotta get it organized. There we go. We'll throw that there too. That will help. Let's see. Oh, swap that out. You know what? I still wish we could do a swap. Like, take the battery out without having to equip it to the bar in order to do so. Like that. Like, if I could just go here and be like, you know what? I want to take that battery out. go hover over it there, hit R, swap the battery out that way. I feel like that should be a doable thing. You know, it would just make things that tiny bit easier. We don't have to deal with that extra step. It's just a suggestion, devs. Just throw the same control feature on that when we're looking at inventory. Instead of left and right click, give us an option to hit R, take the battery or power cell out. Well, battery. Yeah. Power cell is not really going to apply to that. And I hear them swimming. Yeah. We sacrifice the ability to get supplies from them by helping Alan out. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, man. Ah! Yeah! I didn't do it in time! That stupid bug, which they've had for like 3 updates now with the ladders in the moon pool, they still haven't fixed. That likes to ignore that you're actually standing. And I lost something. I think I lost some from that. You'd think they would have fixed that already. It's like the ladders in the moon pool are pretty much useless if you want to survive in the game. Like, don't play, like, you know, permadeath type rules for this and use the ladders in the moon pool. That's how you're going to die. It'll drop, or don't build a moon pool far above the terrain below. You want to make sure that terrain is very close because that's how you're going to die. Alright, not docking yet. I'm just going to try to land gently for a moment. Don't fall off. Just, I love how it sinks down if it's standing on it, but not sinking down if I'm docked with it. That just makes no sense. It should not make it sink down like that. Yeah, can we just take the ladders out of the moon pool and just make it where you just climb out on any of the open spots, period? Instead, that then fits the problem with it dropping you. That would help even more. Okay, got titanium. I guess we're gonna do some more storage, because I'm actually getting to use up some space finally. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Oh man, chat got quiet. What happened? Said we're gonna do more chatting today and just chill out. Everybody watching the Roblox game with 1.9 million players now, maybe? I'm sure it's probably got to that point now. Do I need to bring Timmy back? He's in his cocoon. He's hiding out in a cocoon right now. There, okay. Okay, so yeah, more storage than I was thinking I would need here. We can do some building. I still got supplies. Actually, I got enough for one more of these, so we'll do that. Yeah, there you go. One more locker. Done. I guess I could try to organize this. This needs to be at least this titanium. And I'm thinking this, I could clear out some stuff here. Oh yeah, actually we got gel sacks. The pingling picture, that can go elsewhere. Where can I put the pingling picture? Not there, that's right. This is the one I cannot place on a counter. I have to place within a certain area. Cool, did that work? It worked? No, okay. Yeah, this is the thing that needs to be fixed too, because you can't place it where you want to. Nobody wants this on their floor. They want it on a countertop, not sitting in the floor to be kicked over. Yeah, we'll just go here. Let's see, can it place it? No, I can't even place it on the shelf. You know what? There. Can watch people shower with that. 1.6 million, so I drew some people away. That's what you're saying, right? Listening. I know you're listening while you're cleaning. Preparation for fall, winter. Ooh. Sanchez! Hi! 1.6 million people in a Roblox multiplayer like game. What are all the building things? What do you mean the building things? Like, are you talking about the stuff I can build or the stuff I have built? A driller mod when BZ gets released. I don't know if it's going to be actually released at the same time. It's probably going to be one that, you know, I would say they probably could go ahead and put it in now. And I don't even know if they haven't done that yet. I know some of the FC Studio stuff is already done, but they may also be waiting a bit to let the game develop further. Because, you know, every update is going to cause a problem. You're going to run into new issues being added. They might be trying to wait until, you know, it's a little bit further along, just so they can then say, okay, now let's add this in. Since we know it's not, we shouldn't have an update that's going to do a major overhaul and break something to do with that. Let's see, I've got too much stuff here right now already. So I'm just gotta try to piece things out to organize. We'll do all the biological material here at the back. Next to the fish. Oops. Yeah, my auto fire click is nice in some cases and not so much in others. Let's see, battery's done. Yes. Swap this out and this out. Yeah, no Timmys were harmed. He's just being hidden. You're just working or lurking during work. Okay, that's fine. Items like lockers. Okay, so right now for this game, of course, we have all our standard stuff from original Subnautica for the most part. Slight differences though. Like, we have the large room, which I'm so waiting for them to backport that to original game. We also have now multi-purpose room glass dome and large room glass dome, so you can make a big glass area. Now it doesn't quite, you gotta realize that that is highlighting the dome, not the multi-purpose room, so it's not like a big glass multi-purpose room, so you're still gonna have metal there. Then we have, of course, our solar panel, thermal plant, power transmitter, Snowfox hover pad, which you only need to recharge and repair, so that's going to be like limited placement there. You can always hand repair the Snowfox with the repair tool. You can also just take battery out and recharge it, I think, or power cell out, recharge it. We only have the floodlight now. We don't have the spotlight yet. I'm hoping we still get that. Grow bed, of course, interior stuff, the ladder, the bulkhead, all that. Let's see what we the partitions, that's the new thing for the large room. Like this, I can set up partitions to separate rooms off. The problem there is the placement options. Like, we can place here, and I can place here, leaving like a very small track along the wall to walk through. I'm hoping they change some of the snapping options for that beforehand. We got the jukebox, play music, and speakers to spread the music out. The Recyclotron, which is also, there's the Recycler Defabricator mod stuff that kind of got the devs to make this, and now it's part of the game. So if you accidentally make something, you can unmake it. aromatherapy lamp is one of the new ones, and they always turn off when you exit the game. See that lovely little bit of mist coming out, that little bit of vapor. Gotta have the vapor effect in there. We got the fridge, which of course was came after FC Studios put in their Seabreeze stuff. Honestly, I like the Seabreeze better, especially the tie-ins it has. We got a shower, we've got a sink, we've got toilets. It's all cosmetic. I mean, you can interact with them, but it's mainly cosmetic stuff. It's not like you actually have to take a shower like a bed. The bed's cosmetic. You don't have to sleep in the game. It just gives you a little bit of a benefit if you do. Yeah, we're gonna take that. I've got so much copper and quartz here now. We might have to go ahead and do... I think I've got space for a few more solar panels. Yeah, we can do some more solar panels. I'll find some space for it. Yeah, it was mentioned earlier, you know, about the rubies being, like, where are the rubies? And I want to say they definitely overall have changed the resource availability in the game compared to the first one. You just don't find stuff as readily anymore like you did in the original game. And that's very unfortunate. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we need. And there we go. Then we'll get a few more solar panels. But yeah, it's you know, even adding in the scrap metal, the metal salvage, is still not as much availability in the game as compared to the first game. So we have 5 there. I think I've got this all set up. Yeah, it's all set on that one, but I've got 5 here. Okay, so now I want to go kind of the same distance here. Oh man, this really makes me miss the snap builder. That's just, the snap builder mod just makes it so much better. It's just done exactly the way the game should be done normally. You should have the choice to snap or not snap. Fine-tune the snap. The snap builder mod is one of the most useful mods I've seen lately in terms of just the building mechanics. If you're not going to do much else, use the snap builder mod if you're modding the game and you like building. Just because it will make placement of stuff in a cosmetic way much easier. It's definitely going to be one of the first ones I throw on this too, just for the fact it does nothing other than help with the building placement. It's not going to affect like the normal story gameplay or anything like that. So I might add that at full release just to simplify things for me a bit, along with all the stuff to fix the sea truck terribleness.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, maybe I could get up to 5,000 power today with this. Do I have any more like that? Okay. Oops, missed some of those. So that's 4 more of these. That's perfect. That'll line it up perfect. Put the potato portrait and the pingling picture. Unfortunately, you missed earlier. I guess you came in late. The pingling picture does not place anywhere but ground level right now. You can only place it on the floor. There's a bug with it. It is not set up right where it will place correctly. And I've already got the potato portrait. I want to say, I think I brought it back here, this base, and it's in the cafeteria, and I did not set this right. Yeah. Still feel like even with the snap builder, having just like a grid overlay type thing that would show up would just make this so much easier to deal with. I may put this row back
Seek shelter.
a bit more on the next one. That's another row Oh yeah, I could get past 5,000 today if I want to burn through enough titanium. I did that there. Okay, we're back down to that much titanium. Ooh, yeah, gotta get that out. Got plenty elsewhere. More than enough quartz and copper again. Actually, the lubricant can count the same as whether I put something else over here, I think. You know what, that's, no, what is it? The glass. You know what, we'll just, fine, I'll just throw it down here anyway. Whatever. There goes. And let's see, we're gonna get, oh, let me check. Yeah, still burning through this power first, even though I've got so much solar panel power. I really need to redo the power structuring in both games, so it draws evenly from all your power sources at the same time. Or gives you the option, at least, to say, set this one as the backup. Only draw from this if everything else is empty. Like a nuclear reactor, you might want that to be the backup. So yeah, there you go. It kind of looks goofy because of the interaction with the sunset, sunrise type lighting, but there's the potato portrait and the picture of somebody holding potato. I think that's either us or our sister. But the pingling picture will not place on the counter. Only place on the floor, unfortunately. Hey, Prime Sonic. Good afternoon. Arma Peeper. I don't even have Peeper with me right now. Yes, I am lamenting the lack of the snap builder. I still like I said, the idea of a grid of some sort just to help, you know, like divide it into 10% markers, just so it can help with making sure you're getting everything lined up visually on the, like, the foundation or something like that. I know with the round rooms and things like that, it'd be kind of harder. Now that you're here, it's a good question as far as how is the snap builder going to work with the partitions? Is that going to actually allow for different placement of the partitions than right there, or is it still going to be restricted to where the snapping point is naturally for the partitions? It's a good question for you there. How about that? You spend more time helping out new modders than making your own. I'm sure you've got plenty of people like, hey, how can I make this work better? I'm sure there's plenty of that. Don't worry, I will not be worrying about modding. As I've said, I just don't want to deal with trying to learn that too. Trying to learn that depth of programming. And I'm sure if I did try to do that and start modding, I would be hitting you up like, hey, can you look at this mod and see what's going wrong with it? So now you've become the director of the modding community. That's what's happened. You are now officially the mod director. You don't do the work as much yourself. You just kind of help other people getting the work done. And I think I can beat. No, I need one at least. Yeah. Let's see. There's saltines. We gotta put some salt away. Make some salty stuff. And yeah, we'll do a spicy fruit salad. I'm not making like a huge stockpile of those anymore because they take so long to actually get through. And honestly, if it wasn't for me doing the theme of the cheese balls with each of these, I would just be eating heat fruit. I really would. Just do like just straight heat fruit. Just have like 2 plants. That's it. If I'm going on a long expedition, spicy fruit salad then. But rest of the time, heat fruit is all you need right now. Timmy. Aye. Crikey, I see a Timmy legs sticking out. He's like, he knew I was, that was my head, so he's just like, here's my leg, scratch me. Get it. Go. There. He was like, ah, fresh air. All right, so it's time for me to eat. Let me get a quick sip. Hi, Reese. Yes, I remember you. Thanks for joining in. The microbit said to you, destroy all humans. Okay. So, the exclusive interview with President Timmy. He is not president yet. He still has to be voted into office. The partitions, not patricians, partitions. Yeah, work like that. So it'll just be, it has its own built-in snap. I'm wondering if, I would assume you could talk to them, FC Studios, because they made their own bioreactor that could go anywhere. We can have a variation of the partition from them, or maybe even part of the decorations mod that lets us place it in our own way in different spots around the base. But here we go. We're going to eat spicy fruit salad. I'm going to eat Carolina Reaper cheese ball.
Vital signs stabilizing.
And there we go. Back up on food. And morning. Potato portrait, picture portrait, lighting up a bit. Timmy gets a little bit more treat. There you go, Timmy. So, yeah, Snap Builder, I can understand not having any interaction with that, but I would like to see something from, like, either the decorations mod or, like, FC Studios giving us a modifiable partition, because the partition snapping is just bad, in my opinion, and the limitation of where it is in the room that you can place it. So, yeah, I would hope to see somebody come out with a better solution. Just, I mean, middle of the room, fine. I get that. But I think I should be able to snap right in that area. Not just there. And that is such a strange place to snap. Look how close it is to the wall. What am I going to do? I mean, I could do like a walking track that walks around the room. Like that, and then the middle of the room is just something else. It's like, do I really want to do that? Or do I want to have it where I can snap it right here behind these fridges and have that visible like separation there instead of being limited on where I place the fridges? Oh, okay, so now it's balancing out with the solar power because the charge is going back up on this. Still drains very quickly from that despite having so many solar panels. Let's see, we got all that going still. We got our little spiral plant, I think is what it's called. And more solar panels. Yes, I do have room here, but I was kind of mimicking the other side for those of you who are new and asking yourselves why I left that off. It's because of where the placement is of the hatch with the little step down that I left that open. What up? Oh, that one, the hoop fish. I didn't get a second one. He's by himself in the sea of other ones. Yeah. I don't think I want to worry about any more reorganizing. I'm just going to start, as I get titanium, it's going to go into these. That stuff's going to get moved out over this way, slowly but surely. Now that I've had food and drink, let me go out, probably get some more stuff, especially with everything charged up again. I'm not sure which way I want to go. Kind of went all the way around towards, stuck around the edge area towards the void section. Guess now, just go right through the middle. We'll head to the lily pad. go look for Ruby. Yeah, I mean, FC Studios, I feel like, again, it's not just the stuff they create in terms of like some of the creativity to the ideas. Like, you know, Deep Driller, I mean, okay, you look at some other games like this, there's that mining automation, that resource gathering automation that you see in these other games, so it's easier to say, like, you know, they should have that in Subnautica. Let's make a Deep Driller. Let's make these hydroponic harvesters. What really stands out for me with them is how nice they make the visuals work and how streamlined they make the mods themselves work. Like, I mean, the new Deep Driller, you got the function option, so you can expand on what it can do in the future. And I'm hoping they're going to add more function options to it as well. Like a default balancing option or something like that. But it's just the fact that it's like, it's very simple way to say, yeah, say it so each one, like, you only have 25 quartz gathered on this one, or 25 titanium is the limit on this one. How fast you want it to go, you can turn it way up as long as you got the power to keep it going. And then you got the hydroponic harvesters. Once you got it set up, it's just like, yeah, let it go and it'll harvest on its own, stores it itself. It's just very simple and elegant. So I can see them be able to put something like that together, though. You know, they tend to do stuff more with like extra function, not so much just the cosmetic only aspect. That's why I was thinking maybe Zero Submarine could do something like with the decorations mod, include it in there as like a new option for it. What's my favorite pepper? I guess, I mean, for a good balance of heat and flavor, I would go as, like, say, like a serrano pepper. Though I don't usually eat just the peppers by themselves. It's usually like the ground pepper, like either flakes or powder, or hot sauce made from a mixture of peppers. So it's usually going for, if I want heat, I go for heat. If I want flavor, I tend to keep it where it's not super hot. One of the new pepper mixes I've got is like, it's got ghost pepper, it's got habanero, and it's got, I think it was ancho pepper in one of them, along with something else, I can't remember. And it's got heat, but it's not like, it doesn't take away from the smoky flavor of the peppers too. And then there's one that's like, it's got some heat, but it's really more, you've got like some of that sweet flavor to it because of the mixture of peppers. So I don't have like a favorite pepper in terms of like eating. I just have a, you know, I try to mix it up because some cases I want a smoky flavor, some cases I want a sweeter flavor. Some cases I just want it to be hot. You know, I just want to make somebody choke because it's going to be funny for me to watch them try it and be like, oh. Always fun for that. And it's like, what's that brand? It's the ones that, I think it's the same brand that makes the one chip challenge. Whatever it is, starts with a P or whatever. I got some of their ghost pepper chips the other day, and I was handing around at work. Everybody got one, and they're saying, they're like, this is hot, and I'm just sitting there and I ate the whole bag. And I'm like, I mean, it builds up over time, but you know, it wasn't that bad. Kind of like you get that first one, you got that kick, and then it starts to desensitize you after that. Just chew up thoroughly so it burns your mouth, not your intestines. Where's that? Is that actually falling that far visibly? That's different. I was seeing they're seeing stuff falling. I wasn't even noticing that it was like the icicles, the brinicles, whatever. How are you gonna say it? A research base that's small and looks nice but has no function. That's pretty much every base I have that it has no function. I mean, they're not small, but I have bases that are specifically for like, I just built there to say I'm going to build in this spot. I've built enough bases in this game so far that, I mean, I don't know where else I could build. and still have resources to actually make the build work. Plus, below zero, not the last update, I think it was the update before, maybe it was the last update, is now restricted. You cannot build super high anymore. It restricts you from building in terms of height above water level or above land. So if you're building on land, you are limited in how high it will let you build. If you're building above just water, is a certain limit to how high you can build. Even if you already have a building, a base structure, just trying to build out over open water, once you get to a certain point, it's like you're not above land, you're not above water. Within this height limit, you can't build anymore. So it messed up one of my pre-existing bases that I had already been building that was super high, and now I can't complete the base because I can't build anything else in that height level. At least nothing structural. You can still build like the interior design stuff right now that I've seen, but you can't build anything of structural element above a certain height, elevation level, and it's really put a damper on my building. Because the base I'm at now, I wasn't even going to build. I was going to build had another one I was building, and that was going to be the last base. Because I had so much more I was planning to do, and I can't do anything with it now. Gonna keep scooting along here. I was looking for resource deposits and anything of interest. MrSpicyGaming. I'm not saying that I'm like made of pepper. I like spicy stuff. I'm not made, I mean, same time you could say paprika. If I eat paprika, it's a spice. You know, it's a seasoning. How close am I to the void? There's that. I can't be in the void yet. But I am getting close. I think this is the Marguerite greenhouse base. We'll go up top and look. Talon, thanks for joining in. Yeah, we were talked about that earlier. It was asked about, I mean, which one do I think is better? I'm not going to say which one I enjoy more because this is still early access. Comparing this in early access to original game early access, I'm going to say the first game wins out in terms of enjoyment overall. But they still have time to build on this more and possibly make this more enjoyable in the end. Also, it's going to be a case, really, I think, in the end of balance between this game and the first. Like, I'm going to enjoy the base building options with this game if we do not get the large room in the first game, like they're supposedly going to backport. But if we get the large room in the first game, then first game is going to win hands down because first game has the Cyclops and Seamoth, and here we don't have those. Here we're stuck with this dumb vehicle. Actually, I'm going to stop and we're going to go travel. We're going to go exploring along the island here, or the glacier, or not glacier, iceberg. One day I'll get the right term for it. So that's the outer wall edge, like we usually see. This is a rather large one. I know that one. Yeah, there's my lily pad base. I can't build anything else structural on because it's too tall. I tried to build off of that, and once I got a certain area out from the cliff, it stopped working. Again, they restricted building height with one of the last two updates, which I understand. You know, it's that whole logic thing of having a support for the weight. You know, you have this big floating base in the sky, doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it does limit players' ability to build in the game. And let's face it, the replay value of the game is building bases. It's not the story. The story's decent in both games, but it's not the thing. You're not playing the game the 4th time in a row because you like the story so much, or because you want to see a different ending because there's so many different ending variations. I'm playing the game again because I want to build more bases. And yeah, at some point I'll complete the story. It's pretty much that. And oh yeah, this is the satellite wreck one. I feel like this could be a fun one to try to build above, other than the terrain being so up and down. This could have been a fun spot to try and build over here. Oh, ah! Yeah, I've already fallen thanks to a game bug. I don't want to fall again because I don't see the terrain the way it actually is interacting with
Seek shelter.
me. Yeah, I'm gonna get down here before I die. What the? Oh, wow, okay. I was wondering why it acted like I was diving and then jumping and instead. Shallow water. Like, yeah, that hurt. Didn't kill me, but it hurt. Do I enjoy curry? Yes, I do. It's been a while since I've had some, especially since COVID. But there was a place that was near here. They shut down. It was before COVID happened. They shut down this location. They had opened it up, and because of something with the family, they could not reopen the location near me. They went back to their original location, which is like 45 minutes to an hour away, depending on traffic. But it was a Thai, mainly themed restaurant, but they also had, well, you know, kind of variations, bits on other stuff. But they had amazing curry there. I'll get like variations on the chicken curry. Also great pho soup. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal. I'd go in there and get 2 entrees and clean it all, you know, just be done. I was like, they would have made me fat if they stayed nearby, because I would eat a big bowl of pho and like a full-size curry dish. Absolutely loved it. And they closed down because they couldn't, something with the family, they couldn't keep both locations open. They just had some, I guess, medical issue that restricted their availability to handle both of them. Oh man, that was the one I would go there, and they had 5 levels of spiciness. So it was like level 1 through 5. You say 0 if you want no spice. And, you know, I was the crazy guy that would come in and say, yeah, I want a spice 7. Take a 5, add more on top of it. And they would always be like, you sure? Because they had people that would go in and get a 2 or a 3 and be on the floor choking at times. They've had people fall out of a chair there choking because it was too hot. And then I was like, yeah, give me a 7. And then, oh yeah, this is not quite there. Give me some of that Thai red chili paste there. Let me just add some Thai red chili in there. But they closed, so I haven't had curry since they closed that location. And it's... I don't even know if they actually are doing dine-in service now. I think they might still be just specifically carry-out. And an hour away is kind of far for me to go carry out some pho soup. You know. When the Cyclops went 50 meters down, yeah. You're saying Subnautica 3 will have multiple star systems you can visit. I'm thinking you are speculating that as an option, not necessarily saying you know it will. But we still don't know if there's going to be a Subnautica 3. I like the idea of it having that. I think they could expand more on the game and go more in the direction, say, like how Empyrean's done. Games of that style, where you can travel to different planets, but at the same time, we're back on the same planet from the original game. It goes back to what I said. I think if they close out the story of this planet, if they close it out on this game where there feels like there's no lingering aspect to the story of the precursors here, we'll see it on another planet. But they may still leave something for this planet to be found where we have something else tied in to that. I'm thinking if we get Subnautica 3, depending on how the story ends with Alan, we may be going to the precursor planet for Subnautica 3. That's my thought. It's really going to depend on what they close Alan's story out with. Do we go to see him, or is there something else we're supposed to do on this planet to help him out? Where that goes is what we're going to expect if there's a third game. That was, seeing that come around, I was like, oh, wait. It's just a whale. I think I found my drop-down spot to Crazy Lady. Yeah, I think this is the one that takes me down to Crazy Lady's base to hang out. At some point I need to like just mark the other entrance there. I need to bring in a beacon back here. Or maybe this is not the Crazy Lady. Maybe I found my way to where the flower spores are. There, yep, flower spores. Okay, well, you know, it was asked about Ruby earlier, and I'm pretty sure this is the spot where I had to come to get Ruby originally. I know this is where I was coming and scrounging for nickel in the past, and then when they redid some of the texturing, the nickel became very scarce here and could not find it anywhere. Hi, Zoltz. Your dog is sick. I'm sorry. Yeah, how do you go under 200 meters? You have to get depth modules. Now, in this game, the depth modules unlock when you get to a certain point in the story. And there we go. There's Ruby. So, yeah, if you need Ruby, this is a good place to come get it. You'll just have to get to that depth level and then sea glide your way down. Should be pretty easy to find some. I think I was finding it along the upper walls as well as I come into the cavern. But yeah, I used to be able to find it further up, but I think they brought it down lower to make you have to go deeper now in the game. There's more quartz. Of course, I've got plenty of quartz right now. It's the other stuff like titanium that I need. That's just such a nice looking view right there. You know what? Let's get a lovely picture. I like spots like that where you just see that. It's just like that's where the game stands out. I know people have said they need to improve the graphics. They need to make it more detailed, more realistic. But the game plays smoothly until you build really big, which I tend to do. And you get that really good visual. I mean, for what it is, for not going overly realistic on the detail, it has such nice visuals in places where it's like, especially with the new Vivid color grading that is now, I think, just default in the game. They took the changeable, I think they did the option to see how many people switched to the vibrant color. And everybody was like using the vibrant variations. It's like, all right, we'll just make it part of the game. Because everybody likes that better contrast between the shadows and highlights. It gave more of that cinematic look to it. Where do you find the perimeter defense for the truck? God, I can't remember now at this point. Check the wiki. I am not 100% sure anymore. I think it's... I want to say it might be one of the things you unlock from, like, say, Omega Base or something like that. But I am not 100% sure. I don't think it comes from the story-driven drop pod. I think that is just the depth modules right now. And I don't think it's going to be the mine with the prawn suit because that's more focused about the prawn suit. So yeah, I'm going to say I think it might be Omega Base, but I could be wrong. Just yeah, it should be in the wiki. Gonna bow out. All right, go enjoy your afternoon with the missus, Prime Sonic. Thanks for hanging out, of course. In order to get the mod thing, what do you mean the mod thing near Pod 19? Yeah, I mean, if you get below 200 meters with your, I'm assuming sea moss, since you're saying Pod 19, get out, swim. You should already have, before the sea moth, the sea glide to help get maneuvering around. Also, make sure you're using the rebreather so it's not giving you that thing you're going below 100 meters. All that you should have before you try to go down that 300 meters. But then, yeah, sea moth, 200 or 199 meters in depth. Jump out, swim down, get what you need, come back up. That's all you gotta do, really. You should have enough time if you have the high capacity tank, which you should also be able to have by that point, I would say. Yeah. People made a real-life sea moth? I did not see that. What does the active lava zone look like? I can't show you right here because we don't have an active lava zone in this game. But the active lava zone looks like what it sounds like. It's a lake of lava. I mean, well, not all lake of lava. It's with that transition from inactive to active. Inactive is little strips of lava, you know, flows of lava all around. And then you drop down and you're going through these lava waterfall, river areas into just a big pool of lava with a little bit of land in the middle for your alien containment facility. And, of course, a big sea dragon swimming around wanting to attack you. So, all right, have a good one, Swag. Your brother feeds your dog bread to make them. I don't think that's going to make them constipated directly if you don't feed them too much. I mean, it's kind of like ducks. You know, it's not the best thing for them to eat, but it's better than nothing. It's like some of these places where they say don't feed the ducks, and then because people stop feeding the ducks, they're so used to having people feed them that they don't go and get as much food for themselves anymore. And now there's places where they're saying, please feed the ducks because they're actually starting to starve because people have stopped feeding them. I don't know about dogs with bread. I mean, I don't give Timmy bread because I'm trying to be very cautious about what he gets to eat. Like, I will give him a hot dog, you know, a bit of a hot dog, but he gets just the hot dog, plain, nothing on it, extra crispy, no bread with it. So I can't say for sure on that. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can find it. I saved a long time ago. It was a little infographic thing that had human foods dogs can and can't have. Bread is not listed on either side. Not can and not can't. I'm not saying anything. Definitely, though. No, yeast and dough. It says they cannot have yeast and dough. So if they can't have yeast or dough, I mean, it is possible that they could have it because it is it's baked bread. They can't have raw potato, but they can have cooked potato. Though I tend to not give him potatoes at all anyway. I would say probably not a good idea to give your dog bread. If they cannot have yeast and dough, I'm assuming that even baking it is probably not going to be a good idea to give them bread. And especially if it's like garlic or anything. Garlic is toxic to dogs. Do not give them any kind of garlic bread. So I would say maybe, yeah, stop giving your dog bread. It might be, they can handle it, but it's probably not that great for them to handle. What was the scariest Subnautica creature that I've encountered? I mean, out of all the creatures, you know, the scariest one, which is not scary anymore, of course, Reaper Leviathan. Just because when they added it to the game, and you're sitting there going along, and all of a sudden, here comes, Reaper Leviathan with that face and those mandibles like the Predator comes, towards you. You're like, yeah, you kind of like get a little startled there. This game, Chelicerates, I don't like the Shadow Leviathan. That's not like I like the design. It's very realistic, but I don't find it scary. The Chelicerate has a bit more of that mandible thing. Like, yeah, that's kind of got that scariness to it, but it's not that scary. It's not as good compared to of course, the Reaper Leviathan. Reaper Leviathan is still the scariest one, in my opinion. Watch out, sea monkey. If they were still my friends and giving me supplies, I wouldn't have hit them. But they don't want to give me anything anymore.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Your dad's not going to listen. I would just tell him, like, look it up and say, yeah, don't give the dog bread. Like, it says here it's bad for their digestion. And just tell them this. Say, here's the thing. Do you want to pay the, few dollars or whatever it is you're paying for bread? Or do you want to pay the hundreds of dollars in a vet bill when the dog is sick? Same thing. It's like, okay, let me go ahead and drink because I'm getting that low. Do you want to pay the supermarket or a local farmer, something like that, for higher quality produce, higher quality bread, or I mean, not bread, you got bread on my head, my mind. Higher quality produce, higher quality meat, like buying from a local farm, local cattle or pig farm, something like that, for your beef, your pork, because they raise them the right way. They don't use antibiotics, things like that. You want that higher quality meat, or do you want to pay for cheap meat to a supermarket and then end up paying a lot more to your doctor when your health is bad? Either way, you're going to be paying extra for that food you're eating if you buy cheap food. So it's kind of the same thing. Say your dad, do you want to feed the dog cheap bread, or you want to give it good food that in the end will keep it healthy and you spend less on the vet bill in the long run? I mean, I just feel like that's probably a better argument point to get your dad to listen if that's the case. But just say, hey, you care about your dog. You don't want your dog to get sick, and bread is bad for the dog. Merrick, yes, you missing half the stream, but that's okay. We're still going to be here for a while. Just, again, tell your dad, like, look, you care about your dog. You want your dog to be healthy. Please don't feed the dog bread because, bread's probably not good for the dog. Or look, like I said, look it up. Make sure that bread is bad for the dog. And if it is bad for the dog, like you can say, this, it says, don't give the dog bread. Bad for dog. Maybe, they'll listen. Maybe he'll listen then. I'm not going to say for sure. I don't know your dad, but maybe he'll listen. Just make it a point saying you care about your dog. Don't give the dog something that's going to hurt the dog. And, of course, I don't know where you live, but depending on where you live, something done intentionally like that, you can prove it's been intentional, like you tell them, don't feed the dog garlic, and then you see him flat out give the dog a clove of garlic, which puts the dog in the vet, having its stomach cleaned out, pumped out, because it's, been poisoned. That's where you get into that whole possibility of animal abuse being brought up on it. And they made, in the U.S., animal abuse is now a felony, I think, nationwide. I think is what was done. So, yeah, you gotta be careful if you aren't taking care of your dog and your dog ends up in the animal hospital because it's clearly been poisoned, like by being fed garlic, heavy amounts of garlic. You could end up with a charge for animal abuse. Just a point, but just tell your dad you care about your dog, don't want to make the dog sick. Timmy, speaking of dogs that are not sick, that are very healthy, guy's health report today, he is clear across the board, great health. Timmy!
Emergency. Starvation
and I'm
imminent.
starving in
Seek
the game.
calorie intake immediately.
Quick, Timmy. My character would kill for that food. My character's starving. What? Eat. Okay, I'll look away. He's shy. So, we're gonna do one more. Let's see, yeah, we still got time. We're gonna do one more Carolina Reaper cheese ball, of course, because I tie it in. I feel like I should regret doing this now because I tie it in where all I do is focus on the spicy salad instead of just eating as I have food available. But yeah, there we go. Spicy Carolina Reaper cheese ball, the hottest cheese ball you'll ever put in your mouth, or hottest ball you'll ever put in your mouth.
Vital signs stabilizing.
There we go. Wheat is the worst for dogs. I haven't heard wheat specifically, but I did see, you know, I was mentioning earlier, dough and bread. It's bad for dogs. Ah, got a grain, like, stuck in there. I got a little crunchy part stuck in my tooth there. I know. No, it's not animal cruelty being illegal, but it's something like it was made a... I mean, it was like a fine or something. I think... I can't remember what it was, but there was something recent that they made it like a bigger deal. Like, you know, animal cruelty, animal abuse being like a straight felony or something. I think it was like maybe a misdemeanor in some places. Like they just say, oh yeah, you get in trouble, you pay a fine, but it's not like a big deal. Now it's like a felony in the U.S. from like maybe the last year or so. That, I mean, a felony is you go to jail, and that's at least a year. That's not you get 30 days in jail or something. A felony is you go to jail for a year. And that, I'm pretty sure that's what they made it as, is like if you're guilty of animal cruelty, you can spend a year in jail. You know, and that's definitely. Thank you, Timmy is cute. Yeah, chocolate is bad. I'm not gonna say chocolate is the worst. There's plenty of stuff dogs cannot have. Again, I saved a thing back right before I got Timmy. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna save this because I don't want to poison a dog. You know, they can't have alcohol. They can't have caffeine. It's bad for them. Chocolate, of course. Coffee. You don't give them fat trimmings. Garlic, gum. I think gum because it can get lodged in their digestive tract. Don't give them grapes because the seeds, I think, are the problem mainly. But yeah, don't give them grapes. No mushrooms. No pits and seeds. No potato skins. No raw potato. Again, cooked potato is supposed to be fine. Something about the way when you cook it, it breaks it down so they can digest it better. But I still don't give them potato anyway. No raisins, salty foods in large amounts. Of course, depending on the size of your dog, you want to give him small amounts of salty foods. I'll give him a little bit of like a salty fry or something here and there, but I don't give him anything major in terms of salt. No tea, walnuts, no yeast, no dough. Yeah, stuff like that. The surprising thing is, it's got to be their, you can't give them yeast or dough, but you can give them yogurt. So it's not so much that it's, I guess what's using the, I guess maybe specifically the yeast is kind of the thing, and not like in yogurt, it's okay because you're not, you got something else, you know, with someone. I don't know what it is, but it does say yogurt is good for dogs. But there's dog chocolate. I mean, there's plenty of stuff. I mean, there's dog alcohol. There's beer for dogs that's not alcoholic. I mean, I might get him something like that as a celebration type thing once in a while, but I wouldn't get it for him to be like a normal thing. God, I still have a piece of that cheese ball, crunchy piece of that cheese ball stuck in my tooth. I mean, I did get him for his birthday a cake, a dog-specific cake, and it was basically like gingerbread, but it was specially made with pumpkin and such like that that he can have. to allow him to eat it. Let's go look for titanium with this. Am I going to even get anything to ping on it? Wait. Yes, okay, I still have the heads-up display. Gonna give it time to see if anything pops up. I don't think it's going to. Yeast is made of fungus. Well, I mean, it did say also don't give them mushrooms. Mushrooms are bad for dogs. Okay. Oh, titanium. Oh, wait. Dude, no. Okay. So, here we go. Another funny,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
buggy thing in the game right now. Go ahead. I will do free cam from here, not from over there. There's the titanium. There. It's marking titanium available in this area on top of this ridge that I cannot build up to. I cannot build to get up here. Because that is too high above ground level, I believe. Maybe I could build from like here if I wanted to. Build up to this point. And be able to get out and walk around, assuming the terrain is not too bad. But that's... yeah. That's not helping me scanning for titanium in this location. Because it's where I would spend a lot more trying to get up there than what I'm going to get out of it. Power status, 72%. Root pustule. Oh yeah, I did drop some of those out somewhere. Heat area. Is there a heat area nearby? Yes, there is, right over here. That could be fun to play with. I mean, the power transmitters, buggy in the game under normal circumstances, but in this one, they're very buggy still. Or if we can actually find, like, a good spot to complement my solar panels. And of course, how far away is it to these heat areas? Oh, there's two. We'll go with this one. It didn't say which kind of mushrooms, just said mushrooms. Don't give dogs mushrooms. Timmy, where are you going? Not time to go yet. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come back. I'll give you treats. Look, look. Treat time. Nope. There it goes. It's like, I don't care. I want to go this way. He's just over there looking at the other side of the room. See, how far am I? Oh, yeah. I'm not that far. I mean, it's got to be, you know, within 500 meters because of range, but... jeez. That picked up very quickly at this distance. They did at least fix that in this game. Let's go with this one. That looks like it might be a tiny bit closer. Of course, that's not a heat area. I wish that was. Timmy, you're back. Okay. He just wanted to get up, stretch his legs. Oh, I hear it. That's some of those. That's the ones that lead through the back entrance into the prawn suit cavern area. So they're close enough, the scanner room's picking it up, but not really close enough for me to bother building from them. English insult sounds funny? What? Yes, there is a small, well, I mean, I'd say small, there is a void area in this game, but the actual area where it lines is a lot smaller than the original game, where it's not lining the entire map. In this one, it's kind of like you have an area that's enclosed on 3/4 of it, and the last little section of it is open for the void. And I was kind of thinking they might have it where everything was completely enclosed, but apparently they decided to go with the void on one edge. So we kind of know the size of the map at this point, but there's definitely still some spots where they have some more terrain design to do, some more biome creation to do. So I expect we're still going to get one, if not two more biomes in the game. What's the anomaly? I still don't know exactly what the anomaly really means. It's just over there. No other anomalies. So one anomaly. So that's supposed to be like maybe the precursor sites, something like that. Oh yeah, anomaly there. And anomaly there. Let's go to this one. I'm betting that's just precursor tech locations. Like, hey, go find this precursor thing, because I think that's what... I think this is where one of those was at. Herobrine is always here. Thank you for watching the old stuff, the older ones. I'm assuming you mean maybe some of the ones that have like the low-end camera look in them. Thank you for going back through old videos. Yeah, that's gotta be it. The anomaly is just targeting those precursor sites that you're supposed to go and scan. Still in the baby. Ah. Welcome to the cult. Yeah, I guess this is not officially a cult. This is a disclaimer. This is not a cult. I am not going to be accused of being a cult leader. Subnautica for BZ is fun. I'm not going to say it's better than the original still at this point. It's still not done. Definitely going to say the original still wins out overall in terms of how it was at early access compared to how this is still in early access. But yeah, I'm not going to say that it's a boring game to play. It's definitely a fun game to play. Still like a Subnautica game. It's just there's certain things that are different in the game, that kind of, some stuff that adds value, some stuff that detracts value, in my opinion. But, I mean, if you like the original Subnautica, you definitely will at least want to get this once it's full release. I would say, if you don't want to get it before full release, at least get it once it goes full release. I think it's still going to be a worthwhile game to play, no matter what else happens with it. No matter what they change or don't change in the long run, I think it's still going to be a worthwhile game. It just may not be as highly rated as the original game. Let's see if I can actually squeeze a sea monkey out in this spot. Oh, I didn't put a multiple Arctic peeper in here. Got a lot of spinners in here, though. Let's see. Alright, so I'm not going to do thermal plants here. Nothing like that. We're so close. Now, where are we at? We are coming up on 2 hours. So, we still got a little while to go. Actually, you know, I've got titanium. Let's go ahead and use up some titanium. Let's see how much. Won't use too much. I want to keep some available at least. before I have to go out digging for more titanium again. Yeah, definitely looking forward to going back to having a deep driller in this game. Or to, you know, having the deep driller available for below zero. Let's see if I can get it spaced enough. Yes, okay. Didn't space the last row out quite as well as I should have. Again, the Snap Builder mod is going to be a really good boost to this. I think that's going to be one I just, from now on, will be playing Subnautica with, regardless of whatever else I use, mod-wise. I'll be doing Snap Builder, just for the fact of how easy it makes placing things cosmetically. And I can't see anything. Alright, one more will break 5,000. It's all because of these. Throwing my balance off. Is there anything else cosmetically that I can add? I really want the decorations mod too. I could throw in that and throw like, you know, we need a aromatherapy lamp in this room too. We gotta have them in every room. Especially once they keep them on between game saves. Like that. And aromatherapy lamp right there. Boom. Gotta keep it smelling nice, you know. Cult-like community. Yeah, we are a community, not cult. Yeah, definitely Subnautica is good. I mean, yeah, if you're doing big bases, it's a lot more grinding than some other games where you have that automation, unless you mod like I have with the Deep Driller mod, which helps in automating production of those resources, hydroponic harvesters, things like that. This game definitely has more of a grind to it than the original game in terms of resources, because resources are not as readily available in some things as the original game. Table coral samples for reference, since they were so plentiful in safe shallows in the first game, and now it's like you could go spend 10 minutes looking and find one once you get further along in the game. So they've expanded on what you can do with the bases in terms of building, but they've restricted your base building because it's harder to find resources for building bases. Speedrunner Salver, no, I don't watch speedrunners because, to me, speedrunning is not really playing the game. You're just trying to get through it as quick as possible, and you're not really enjoying the game in the same way as, like, to me, you know, yeah, trying to figure out how to optimize around the game, great. You know, if you want to be like, hey, I want to speedrun to get the Cyclops and stuff like that as fast as possible, sure, I can understand that, but, you know, speedrunning the whole game start to finish, I don't think is the right way to enjoy the game, because you're not really experiencing the game. You're focusing on just how to get start to finish done. You know, you're not really experiencing what went into the game. You're not giving the game... I mean, it's like reading a book. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to read a book, but what you do is, instead of reading the book start to finish, you read the first paragraph and the last paragraph of each chapter, and that's it. You know, you're not getting everything out of the book. You're getting a lot of what's in the book, maybe. You might be getting certain key points, but you're not getting the full book. You're not getting the full story. You know, so I don't speedrun. I don't watch speedrunners. I just have no interest in that. I'd rather take my time and enjoy the game, is the way I play. The game would be more fun if it was swift and not so lonely. Well, again, you know, original Subnautica, that was kind of the theme, was the sense of isolation and that you are stranded on planet by the time you get any kind of distress call from anybody else. They're dead. They're missing. You know, they've gone on. Is that was part of the whole theme, was that sense of isolation to increase the feel of being alone on this alien world that you've crash landed on. Conveniently crash landing on after somebody else crash landed on the same planet. It kind of surprises me that, you know, somebody else crash landed here however many years ago it was, you know, and nothing ever, you know, like, were they just randomly passing through this system? Or were they actually, like, supposed to be passing by and just lucked out and nobody's bothered to check the planet out that looks like it could support life? So I get some of that. I just don't I don't think that it would be tied in very well if it wasn't so lonely feeling, because that's part of the isolation. That said, you know, this game, you don't have that isolation. You have that conversational aspect with Alan that changes the dynamic, which is why I think the third game, if we have a third game, will be hopefully more of a interacting with NPC players more. You think the game would be fun if it was more swift? I mean, you know, just doing the story, there is stuff you can, of course, streamline and skip for the story part just to get through it. But the replay value, I think, for most people, is the base building, coming back and just doing that. And I think they really, I was hoping they would do more with that on this. And we do have new rooms and everything, but I was hoping they would be much more expansive on it with this game, trying to capitalize on that whole aspect of, yeah, people like to build the bases in the game. Let's give them a bigger, more involved building capability. Let's really expand on that. And it feels more like they've streamlined it more to, again, focusing on just the story. Which, granted, the story is important, but it's a limited replay value for the story. So I don't know. I just don't know where it's, you know, how you could make it swifter and it would still be more fun for people. Unless you're just talking about making the story a little easier to get through, so you can focus more on the building. I think in that case, maybe the story not being as swift, maybe making it less of a requirement to really push the story, making it more, it's free roam and you can do the story if you really feel like it. Kind of how it is in Subnautica anyway. And I'm not even sure what I want to do now. Now I'm like focusing more on the talk with you. Oh, so you feel like even more isolated when you play. They definitely don't play, what was it, Alien Isolation, I think it was, where it's like you are like stuck being hunted by that creature and you're like the only one. All right, see you, Reese. Thanks for hanging out. Not so much grind. Okay, so yeah, definitely, and I've said this, that's why I use the mods, you know, the deep driller, stuff like that, cutting out the grind and gathering resources, things like that. I can understand, yeah, having to go find stuff to unlock. That's kind of typical. But, you know, maybe, yeah, automating more stuff in the game could have been a good thing for them. Again, we have modders that are doing that. Shout out to FC Studios for, of course, their great mods that are helping me automate in my new series for that. I would say, you know, if you're looking for that kind of stuff, you're looking to be able to automate in Subnautica, there's also other games out there that are much more tuned to that kind of gameplay, that kind of play style, where you can set up mining and just leave it going and come back and get resources later. I am big on games like that. I very much like that because it takes, I mean, yeah, there's going to be some grind at the beginning, but you can work towards minimizing the grind by doing quality of life improvements, as I would call them. this game, yeah, there's certain quality of life improvements, but not a lot. You can put up your planter beds like I've got here to produce your food without having to go out and catch fish. And, you know, you got the water filtration, so you don't have to go out and catch bladderfish, do stuff like that. But the resource gathering is still very much hands-on if you're not doing a mod to automate. So I would say check out the automation a bit more. Yes, Sanchez, thank you for saying that. Happy birthday again to, you know, MrSpicyGaming, because it's and happy birthday, Merrick, as well. You just had your birthday. Xbox has his in 2 days. Oh, you mean 500, you need 500 titanium situations? Yeah, I mean, well, again, building in the game, if you look at, I mean, especially the performance aspect, they did not plan for supersized bases. You see stuff I've done where it's, I mean, performance-wise, it does not play well with supersized bases. Even without mods, it does not play well with large amounts of foundations on bases. You know, they did not plan around building big in this game being such a thing for some players. You know, that said, you're supposed to build smaller bases, focusing more on the functionality than anything else. And to that end, you don't need 500 titanium. But if you want 500 titanium, yeah, it's kind of a problem to go get it in the game. Again, mods are better for that sort of option. If you want something that the game itself has that kind of functionality to gather supplies, I haven't played it in a while. I did not like some of the changes they made, and it kind of, coming from other games that I've been playing, it became boring. But Empyrean Galactic Survival has that where you set up miners, they mine out resource deposits, and you can leave it, come back. You know, it does restrict it if you're playing single player between playfields that you can't leave to another solar system, come back, or, you know, planet system and come back and see your miners have been working. You'll shut them off because of resources and performance in the game. But yeah, I feel like maybe with this game, the devs will see, like, yeah, people still want to build big and do stuff like that. And the third game, we could see more of that automation happening. But it's definitely one of those cases, yeah, I understand what you're saying, that, you know, resource production could be the big thing for that. Just cutting down the grind of gathering supplies would be nice. And again, check out the mods. Modders always tend to come up with stuff that, you know, can make it more fun for the general community, that the devs sometimes miss when they're developing the game, and they have their vision that they want to have happen. Let's see. Yeah, all this is fine. All this is, I mean, look at how much I've got charging here. It's just pulling so much from my... Oh, there's one that's being drained. So much power coming off of the bioreactor mainly. It doesn't balance as much as I would like it to. Just mainly this one draining. Like, this one drains, then the solar panels start draining, then this one drains. And you think it should just balance out. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what to do now at this point. What do we want to do? No, I'm not going to do the multiplayer mod for this, because to me, Subnautica is a single-player game. It's a solo game because that's part of the theme of it. For me, I prefer that. Plus, I've seen too many things about the performance issues and, like, how well it works with the nitrots. And the devs have said they're not going to make this into a multiplayer game. It goes against the theme of the story. But that said, games like The Forest, the story is about you being isolated looking for your son. Yet there's a multiplayer option. Co-op option. Green Hell. Theme is you're looking for your wife, fiance, whatever she is. I can't remember in that game at this point. But there's a co-op multiplayer option. Yes, it doesn't go along with the story, but there are games that still add multiplayer. I think the devs just don't want to deal with the complications from that more so than it doesn't fit with the story. I think they could still do it and make it work. They just haven't done that. Yeah, it is a part of the game's concept that you're going to have to go and do a lot of gathering. Again, you know, there's only limited resources, large deposit chunks, not like you're not scanning for a mining site and setting up a miner. That's not part of the game theme. Though surprising, you think, you know, exploration ship, something like that, with the stuff that we have, you think they would be like, hey, you go find and see if there's mineral deposits we can harvest. Oh, hey, there's a titanium deposit. Set this up and let it mine it out, you know, and have a certain fixed value that it mines out, but it mines out in a very large amount. Why can't you be a professional Twitch streamer? I mean, you can, just you have to go and it's a lot of work. Same with YouTube. It's a lot of work, and you just have to find what works and gets you traffic, and then go from there. And it takes time too. You know, that's another thing. Everybody, go help Jason power clean the living room. It's too difficult to make that. Yeah, it's well, I mean, obviously some devs have done that. And again, that's different games. It may very well be a factor of the way some of the components work in the game that it's just not going to work in this game. I mean, I don't know. I mean, in terms of the map size, I'm going to say this is not like a massive difference between Subnautica and like the Forest in terms of the map size. Granted, they are a lot more detailed on the texturing in this game, I say in the terrain, than in the Forest. At least as far as the last time I played it. Green Hell, no. Green Hell, they are very detailed on the environment there to give it that realism aspect. And yeah, it's got a very large map too. That you can play in, but again, they have co-op. It probably goes back to just function and, of course, how to make it work fluidly in terms of the connection. Maybe they could not make it work like in terms of the performance, or maybe they looked into it and like, you know what, we need to focus on this other stuff. Maybe they just don't have the experience for that part. I mean, I'm sure, you know, there's no way I would code a game like this because I don't want to dig into coding this deep. You know, this is not for me. So I appreciate people who do this sort of thing. That's why, you know, I buy the games. I support the game development. But, you know, somewhere they could probably hire somebody to come in and say, yeah, I can make this work multiplayer. I can add co-op to the game. I've done it with this game. I can do it. Just like they hired somebody who dealt with Assassin's Creed story to help rework the story for Below Zero. You know, that was one of their big announcements. They were reworking the story for this. And they hired somebody who was involved with the Assassin's Creed series. So obviously they could spend some money on it. They could go and hire somebody to make a multiplayer format for this, I think. They just need somebody that has a background specifically in handling that type of stuff and bring them on board. Oh, hey, I never scanned these, and apparently they're scannable now. Just jellyfish. Not weird eyeball jellyfish. Ooh, and my O2 is getting a little low. Time to head back. I've been wandering around too much. Sons of Forest. Yes, I am still waiting for that. The Forest 2.0. I remember when they put out the trailer for it, which was, granted, you know, not gameplay oriented. It was more of like just kind of a story aspect to it. But Yeah, they definitely made it out like we're going into a more of a creepy suspense horror type game, but you know they're gonna make it. They got to have base building and such. That another game. Once you play the story once or twice, the replay value becomes the game building, like the base building in the game.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
As tedious as that game can be with base building, especially when you try to get something to line up the right way and it doesn't. Yeah, that is absolutely another game I can't wait to see what they do with. And maybe we'll see a more active modding community this time around. I know there was a bunch of mods for it, but there just wasn't like a huge modding community like there was with this one. Kim Farrell, if you're with us, thank you for the subscribe. Have I played The Isle? No, I have not played that one. Okay, everybody's heading to Ontario to help Jason. Some people would be happier, or the devs would be happier if they bought the games, or, you know, pirate them instead of buying them from sites like GTA. I mean, you know, that's kind of funny. I don't know how many people know Nine Inch Nails, but, you know, it was, there was like, I think it was a Nine Inch Nails album. Trent Reznor leaked it out for like, or something like that. He did something like he sold it for $1 for the album or something like that, because it got into a big argument with the like studio that wanted to release it or whatever, publisher, and I think he just ended up leaking it out himself so people could download it for free. I think that was Trent Reznor did with a Nine Inch Nails album. I can't remember for sure, but I feel like I remember seeing that. In some cases, yes, the developers, it's like their game, it's their baby, it's their project. We want the people to play it. We'd rather have them play it and pirate it for free and us get nothing for it than, you know, deal with certain sites like that. But that said, developers who are doing this for a living, they need money to keep doing this for a living. Otherwise, they turn around and do it as a hobby, and at some point, life gets in the way. You know, you're going to have something that causes it to be a case they can't keep going because they got other stuff to deal with. They got to work about, they got to pay their bills. They got to support their family. That's why it's like, you know, a case of in some games, you know, developers still making it where you can have like an account with them and buy it straight from them is great, you know, but at the same time they want that exposure. How do you get that exposure for a game if nobody's hearing about it? You either pay for advertising, which means now they're paying out to get people to see it, or they go with something like Steam, Epic, and then they have the their fee on it, their tax. As much as, you know, Epic wants to complain about the Apple tax right now, they have their own tax. And I'm sure if a developer went on Epic, put up a free-to-download demo of their game and said, hey, yeah, here's the demo. It's free to download from Epic, but if you want to buy it, you can buy it straight in the game through our store. Epic gets nothing. I'm sure Epic would boot them from the store and say, no, that's a violation of terms of service. We're booting you from the store. So there's always a catch with it. Gotta get the name of the game out there. That's why there's so many games on Steam, and, you know, especially that just nobody's heard of. You're like, oh, this game's been out for 4 years in development, or, you know, came out full release 3 years ago, and it's only got 200 reviews. Promotion. Naruto run to Ontario Boomer's house. All right. Yeah, the New Forest needs to still be a base building game. They still need to have that element to it. That was one thing I liked about the Forest. I'm gonna save again because I'm gonna just we're gonna just talk on the chat more now. I'm gonna do that. Bring up Timmy again. Timmy, say hi. Timmy for president. You can make your appearance while we talk. Yes, The Forest, great game because of the balance. Yes, there's a story. You can focus on the story and do that, but you can also just play, explore, build. You know, it was a freedom game. That is a concept that too many devs, I think, lose in the aspect of giving players freedom to make their own decisions and how they play. It's that free roam. You can walk wherever you want, but if you're still tied to a story, being driven in a certain direction by a story, it's not that free in the end. You're still locked in. The Forest, yes, you have a story. Subnautica, yes, you have a story, but you can play 800 hours in a single game save on Subnautica or a single game save on The Forest and not have to complete the story. That's nice. Yes, you do have stuff you need to do for the story to unlock some things. Maybe you're doing certain elements of the story to find certain things, but you're not forced to do the story to get things in the game. And that's a nice concept, and I'm hoping they keep that with the new Forest one. Subnautica is not free, Mittens. Subnautica is a paid-for game. You have to go buy it, but it's $25, and you know I don't know for sure. They might do a discount again when Subnautica Below Zero goes on sale as full release. Of course, Below Zero is still $20 right now, I think. So yeah, but it's worth it. I mean, you're supporting a good development team, and they really do try hard and try to make a good game for it. I certainly didn't see the second ending. If you're talking about The Forest, I played as far as I needed to. I burned out mainly because of the tediousness of building in the game, and I went back to my second season. I played the game with the new ending they did for it then at that point. Oh, Sanchez, thank you for the donation. And Arcitsi, I guess that's what you're supposed to say. Like, hey, thank you for the subscribe too. Happy birthday, Merrick and MrSpicyGaming. Yes. Bars guy. Oh yeah, there is that where you have that choice. I remember they gave that to with the game when they went full release and they changed up the story. You could either go and still try to rescue Timmy and save Timmy, which you save Timmy, you go on the talk show and the monster thing explodes. Spoiler alert for those of you who haven't done it. Monster thing explodes out Timmy. That was the original story. Now, with full release, they changed it so that you could go back and you save Timmy, you actually go on the talk show, and everything's fine. And then it alluded to The Forest 2 kind of thing at that point. Later on, him becoming like a monster. And yeah, then there was the other ending, which I knew about. I didn't bother wanting to go back through and try to redo it, just because of that limit on where you can save before you do the ending part, which of course ties into the option to do the multiple endings there. Yeah, you just burn the picture. You do like, what is it, the burial thing for his son. He like makes a thing there and leaves it, and then you can go off and keep playing like the game for however you want. Yeah, I hope they stick to that style for The Forest 2. I'm hoping they do, and it's not just a first-person shooter type thing. Should you wait till Below Zero? I would say go ahead if you want to get it on sale or a cheaper price, get it now. I doubt it's going to be out before the end of the year, so you could wait and see if they drop the price any on the winter sale for Steam. If you want to do that, if you don't want to deal with early access bugs, you could wait till then. Stranded Deep, I liked it too. Not at first. I'm going to say Stranded Deep at first was a big mess because it was just bad bugs when I first played it on Twitch years ago, and then I waited like I think it was almost 2 years before I came back and did it again for YouTube, and they had fixed some of the bugs. You know, not all of them. There were still some bugs, but it's again, that's a tedious game. There's no automation. It's meant for realism. You can't carry very much, and it's not my style. I like the being able to fly or fly through the game later because I built up, the ability to produce stuff automatically, the auto farming stuff. You know what? We're gonna. What was it? We did flower spores before, and I made a big funny mess. I've saved. It's time to goof around a bit too. See him? He's sleep. Yeah, he's. Well, I'm not sure sleepy. He might just be like, I'm relaxing because I'm not being played with. Here you go. One, two, three. Oh, three. There. Ah, it rolled anyway. Look. There. Ah. Hey. There. Eat. No? He probably wants to go, do some dog business. Donate subscriptions to other viewers. That would be cool, too. I know you can do that on Twitch. You can donate to other viewers or other people on Twitch still, right? I think that's still an option. I'm sure YouTube will probably get to that point in the future. I know one thing I saw yesterday or day before is YouTube, and I want to say one other place. They've got something new that they're working on that they announced that is going to be kind of like tying in, like taking away Amazon affiliate stuff from Amazon and putting the affiliate stuff right in YouTube itself. So people can then be able to sell products and stuff, like link to products and such that can be sold and managed by YouTube. So, like if I wanted to promote, like I've got these, and I've just got an Amazon link below. If I wanted to do it through YouTube, I could link these on YouTube and be able to get like an affiliate thing off of it without having to go and set up a special account anywhere, just as long as I guess I have monetization. So that's something new they're supposed to be working on. I mean, they've already integrated with, I think it's Teespring or somebody, that you can actually do merch straight through YouTube without having to do it. They just they handle the creation with Teespring itself. So yeah, there's something new for that. So give it time. I guarantee at some point they're gonna make it where you can gift stuff to other subscribers. They're going after Twitch. They're going after Amazon. They're going after all this stuff, to kind of pull from that direction. Hello, Cheese Boy. Yeah, the Twitch is give a sub, because on Twitch it's follow and not subscribe. Here it would be give membership. Yeah, I'm sure. It's probably also a case of, I don't know, maybe they can't go after it just yet. They gotta wait for a certain time frame where they can say, okay, now we're not just straight copying you, and to be able to do that. But yeah, it's that feature's coming. Guaranteed that feature, other features like that are coming. I mean, we've got now the I don't know if I've actually had anything triggered for that yet, but I was finally unlocked on my account the applause option, which is basically you can go and cheer, kind of like bits, I guess you would say it is. But it's for like a video where you can go and hit applause to say, I'm going to donate through that applause type thing, and have something like that show up. I can't remember what all it does with it, but there's like now an applause option, and they finally unlocked it on my account. Maybe a couple weeks ago. I can't remember when. Where is this one? Is this what I'm thinking? That's the... Yeah, there it is. Just takes a moment for it to load in. Now, this could have been an interesting place to build a base this time, I guess. Try to build it up out of the water where it's all in here. Pretty sure I can't get it high enough to go over this area. And this is where I used to go in my little shortcut. See, where... I can never remember where that shortcut is now. the new one. I can never find it when I'm trying to find it. Is that no? Yep, there's something there. Oh yeah, just walks through here. There's some place, I remember it changed, where the shortcut is. They keep messing with the shortcut options in here. Like, I had my lovely shortcut straight to the ice spires, and they took that out. You know what, I'm just gonna do no fog. Somewhere over here there was that spot that we had that's got like the little ice lake thing that was frozen over. If it was just rendered quickly enough, it would help. Looking for it. Not this one. Okay, that's... Not that. I heard something else. It sounded like a machine off in the distance. That's weird. Alright, where is this? Oh, fine. Alright, there's Ice Worm. I hear that one. Yeah, somewhere over here there was that. It was like between the basin and this that we used to come across, and I could get around using that as a shortcut, and they changed it, took that shortcut out. And there was still a shortcut somewhere. Did they take that one out too? Because there was a shortcut, I remember, that I know this one is the one that leads up from here. But there was that other one that, oh, there it is. Yeah, okay, so here's this. Outcroppings up here, because, you know, that's where I go to get all my supplies. Oh, wife gave you a nasty look because you're chatting right now instead of cleaning. Yeah, you need to clean. So, yeah. If I like building, play with Legos, no. I played with Legos enough as a kid. I've got other stuff I can do now for building. Hey, where was that? That same one again. Okay. It was one of those spots, and if it rendered quickly, it would help. There's one of these places where I had this, and we had that drop down. So I don't think that's the same one. Yeah, I'm not at the same spot. Let's see. Still frozen. Wait, actually, you know, I bet it's over this way closer to here, because it was up top near the Snow Fox base. Yeah, there's that. Then we come up here, and we had this ladder. Yep, okay. Light stick. I think... Where was I went? I went somewhere through here. Maybe it was back this direction. No, it's not that direction. And it's not... I'll say this was the one that leads to the other spot. That leads up this way. Yes, gotta be something with this. There was one. I came through here. Walk along. Oh, water. There's the little tunnel system. Okay, I guess the thing I'm looking for they completely took out now because I can't find it. I know it was a case. There was something that used to be there that, you know, with our old shortcut, they replaced it. It had a ladder system where you could climb up the ladder, but you couldn't get down the ladder, you know, unless you brought your prawn suit from the other direction. It feels like now they took that out. 'Cause I feel like it was over here, and it took me through some long back pathway to get up there into the ice spires in the basin. And I'm just not finding it now. Oh! Just in time to catch the snack. Oop. I actually like that animation. That's a nice little animation. Just a little, quick little chomp. And, you know, like if they're obviously eating snow stalkers, why are they worried about eating me? I'm too small. I'm not big enough to take the place. You like bigger building kits? Like furniture? So, oh, Sanchez, thank you. Timmy 2020. Timmy! You gotta vote. Come here. Look. No. Come on. Come on. Oh. Alright, how about this? Oh. Oh. He wants to go out. That's what it is. Goodbye, Nick. Thanks for joining in. You like building IKEA stuff. I mean, I got some IKEA stuff. I can understand. Definitely not as frustrating as other stuff to build. How's Corona in America? I mean, for me, I never stopped working. That's how it was for me. Yeah, I mean, it's still bad. I know there's some places that it's going back up for Corona, but it's also a case of, I mean, you know, obviously stupid people, like, what was that, Sturgis bike rally or something I remember seeing, that they made such a big deal, like, oh yeah, so many people got it from that, and it was like gonna be such a big cost in terms of healthcare. Something that was like, you know, I mean, probably exaggerated a little bit to make it look worse, but something like $2 billion in healthcare costs were going to come out of that. I mean, yeah, what do you expect? You go to a big public gathering, you don't wear a mask, you know, you're not practicing social distancing. What's going to happen? Same thing with the kids that were like, oh, we're out of school, let's go party on the beach. And they had to finally say, no, the beaches are shut down because all you're doing is going and gathering in large numbers and getting sick. You know, there's always going to be a problem because there's always going to be dumb people who cannot manage with common sense and stop it from spreading. So you're always going to have that problem somewhere. It's just that's going to happen. Come on, render in. Yeah, I cannot find that spot I was looking for. Oh yeah, here, this is that spot, that wreck spot. You know what? I haven't been there yet, actually, on foot. Is it me, or is it look? Oh, it's tilted. I know that happens sometimes when using free cam. It can cause your view to get permanently shifted because of something, but it looks like it tilted a little bit. I'm not saving this. I'm just going to like do this just to see if actually going there on foot does anything. Yeah, we're coming close to the end, so we're gonna do this real quick. I just want to see, because I can't remember if I've been there. And if I get anything of value out of this, then we'll save it. But otherwise, I'm just gonna go here real quick and try to verify that there's nothing special about that spot. If I can find that spot again. I think that's it, because I kind of saw it glitch. Maybe it's over here. It's hard to tell when you can't get a good view outside of the water. Yeah, I know some places it's like the schools are starting to slowly go back to more normal class schedules, but You know, it goes back to they're still keeping people separate. I know there are restaurants that are just flat out ignoring the orders and saying, we're just going to have our normal seating because we need people in here. And so, of course, they're like not limiting. That's kind of why the bars are so restricted, is because, you know, the bars are not going to enforce social distancing. You're going to have people cramming into bars. And once they start drinking, they're not going to be thinking straight about keeping their social distance. I mean, Walmart, they were doing a thing. I don't know if it was, I'm assuming every one of them, but they had it where they switched the aisles up and they said, enter this way, don't enter this way. And people were just flat out ignoring it. I was sitting there like, okay, I'm going to follow the instructions. And then as soon as I walk into an aisle going the right way, here comes somebody from the other direction, completely ignoring it, not wearing a mask. Now they say you have to wear a mask in Walmart to go inside. And I know one of the last times I went to get groceries at Walmart, see people wearing masks inside and then take them and put them under their chin. So they have the mask below their chin like this. And they're walking around like that. It's always going to be somebody who's just like not going to follow the rules, not going to pay attention, and think that it can't happen to them. So, yeah, there's always going to be problems like that. Let's see, I think it was both pathways led to the same spot when we looked at it last time. Yeah, there we go. Let's just see if I get anything special out of this. Yeah, I can't remember if I've been here. Water, flare. Flare. Water, flare. So I love how the ship crashed and had nothing but water and flares in it. What is that? That looks like, that must be like a component from it or something. Oh, food block. Okay, so there is nothing special about this, at least not that I've already done. It is basically, here's some extra supplies that you can find. And maybe at some point, like a story aspect to it. Oh, actually, let's
weather approaching.
Let's go do this. There we go. Almost like a campfire. Throw one in here. Get all toasty warm next to the plant. So, yeah, there we go. Hey, Mr. Purple. Thanks for joining in. You're catching right at the very end. You did catch very, very end. Hello, Michael Miller. Thanks for joining back, too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the, you know, having to wear a mask 8 hours a day. Like at work, I wear a mask when I go to client locations, and if I think I might have to, I might throw a mask on if I have to go face to face with somebody, like at the office. But for the most part, we're like all around ourselves, each other every day. So we don't tend to wear masks between, you know, coworkers. But, you know, I deal with medical offices, and so I absolutely wear a mask when I go out to like medical offices. And I wear a mask when I go other places because it's not just about me not getting sick. If I get sick, I get corona, I don't know I've got corona, and I pass it off to somebody else because I didn't wear a mask, then that's on me, and I don't want to be that person. You know, there's other people that are like that. Oh man, yeah, I got corona, but I'm going to go out anyway and get other people sick. There are people that just don't care. They don't consider anyone else when they're doing stuff, and that's frustrating. So yeah, I totally I wear a mask at work, but I don't know about the 8 hours a day. That's why I guess some of the masks are reported as breathable. Yeah, you know, I wear a mask. The only thing that bothers me is when I have to like I start to get my nose like just feels pressed down because of it. Like it's not squeezing it, but it feels like there's just something on it, and it just makes me feel like I need to like wipe my nose or something. If I have been to where I start the game, yeah, I know. Oh yeah, that's right. That is where I start the game. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, it's been I don't know how many hours in this game, and of course I don't remember if I've been to where I start the game because I haven't. It's been a while since I started the game, and I'm not even worried about saving at this point. That was just to check it, make sure there was nothing else going on with it. Timmy, wake up! Wake up! A little bit more. Yeah, he just wants to go. You have it on all day unless you're in your office. I hope you mean not at home, too. I hope you're not wearing it when you're at home. Mostly at work, I do the business IT stuff. So, like, network stuff. Not like cabling, but I do the, like, managing servers, managing the switches, like, you know, designing networks for new clients when they need it, upgrading networks, troubleshooting their networks and servers. That's more of what I do. But I also do like a lot of the, you know, just go to a client and, hey, my printer's not working, and find out that Microsoft update installed a driver that they want you to use and it broke the printer. So, you know, I do stuff like that. I mostly do the business to business stuff. We do custom built systems for businesses, and we'll do you know, high powered stuff as well, but generally that's done by other people that work back at the office on their workbenches, and I will only deal with that when I'm helping fill in if we're short staffed. But basically I do like the business stuff. No, I do like, yeah, I go and build like the networks and stuff for like clients and troubleshoot their problems. That's mostly what I do. My favorite fast food restaurant. I don't have a favorite because I'm trying to cut back on eating fast food. I'm trying to do more cooking for myself now anyway. But I would say if I had to pick fast food in terms of like still quality, ooh, one of my favorite ones was Quiznos. I don't even know if you can find a Quiznos anymore. I loved their toasted subs, the quality of their subs, but I don't even have one around here anymore. I would say that was one of my favorites. I've cut back on fast food. I try not to eat fast food too much. Stand up. Why would I stand up? Because if I stand up, you're gonna be looking at my chest area. I am in the southern U.S. area. The game is coming. It's still the same thing as it was before. Still waiting on an update. So Quiznos closed years ago. I know they closed like 2 or 3 years ago on like a few locations. I didn't know they closed all of them. Do I like my cooking? I mean, I try. I try to like my cooking. If I don't like it, then I know I didn't do a good job, and I try to do better the next time. I try to do more like bulk cooking now. I don't like to cook like per meal because that's, you know, the time availability. So I do a lot more like pressure cooking and such. But I will do stuff where I cook like steak and such occasionally. I'll go get nice bit of steak, and I'll cook up some steak for me and Timmy. He'll get his own steak separate and not seasoned like I season mine. I do stuff like that. I try to cook more at home because it's healthier. You know what's going into your food, at least a little bit more than what's going into the food at the restaurant. Well, not restaurant, fast food place, you know. Oh, and you're seeing, yeah, see, I know like Schlotsky's Deli. I don't know if you've seen that one before. I know they closed here like a decade ago, but there's still one I used to see like an hour away when I had to go through that area doing music gigs. I would see that place and be like, man, I need to stop there and eat sometime because I haven't had them in a while. But I also know they closed because the place here couldn't keep customers, because every time I go in and say, I want this, no black olives, I'm allergic to black olives, they would put black olives on it. Or they would put them on and, oh, black olives, take it off. And they scrape it off and leave a little bit there, and I'd end up having an allergic reaction when I bit into the sandwich. So, yeah. 800 stores around the world, 2018 Quiznos. Man, they had good stuff. I mean, I consider them better quality than Subway. I mean, more expensive, but, you know, it was like better quality than that toasted. The bread just made it. Oh, that was really good. Firehouse Subs is a good one if you like, especially supporting firefighters. They have good food. I like them. But, you know, if I eat out, I try to, when I can, eat at more local restaurants, small chain ones that are like local to me, or like they're either just a handful or even single locations. Just because, you know, they're going to put more into it to try and keep your business. They're not worried about the fact that this location can do bad sales and another one's handling, keeping the company afloat. Oh, they opened Boston Pizza. Okay. Yeah, Firehouse Subs. I like them. They're good. You know, I like the pickle spear with everything. I wish they had a little bit more variety on some of their sub options, but they're good. I like them. Definitely better than some of the other ones I've seen. Like, was it? Oh, Jersey Mike's. I would not eat at that one because it's like, oh, hey, here's a sandwich that's $12. And I can get a comparable sandwich at Firehouse for less than that. So I don't know how that works. Let's see. You know, if I had to pick one in terms of wings, hot foods, I would say I like Zaxby's. Go to Zaxby's if you have one near you and get insane sauce one time. Just try it with insane sauce one time. That's all you gotta do. I would say that would be the good one. See how you handle insane sauce. When you cook something yourself, kasha, volko, or toast. When I cook like I say, I've got some spaghetti I've got to finish up. That's from my batch the other night that I made it. Big pressure cooked batch of spaghetti. Yes, you can do pressure cooking on spaghetti. It actually works really well. And it was like 4 big servings of spaghetti I got out of it. And it's not normal spaghetti. Instead of just diced tomatoes, I have diced habaneros in it. Add some kick. I also add crushed red pepper flakes with my sets that have like ghost pepper and all that to it. So I add some kick to it. I'm not making it like unbearably spicy, but I do make it with more heat. But, you know, I made a huge batch of spaghetti. Very easy. Another good one I do is 1 pan sausage and veggies. You get a big baking pan, cover it with veggies. You chop up like a smoked sausage or something like that, put it on top, sprinkle it with seasoning, or toss it all in seasoning. You put in, it's like 15 minutes, like 400 degrees in the oven. You take it out. You toss it around again to get everything coated and cooked evenly. Toss it back in there 10-15 minutes. And you got this big pile of sausage and veggies that you cooked at home, and it took very little effort. You know, I like doing stuff like that. That's when I cook. I cook for quick, easy, and minimal cleanup. And then occasionally I cook like something really nice. Like I'm probably going to fit something nice for me and Timmy tomorrow night. You left your dogs outside for a while. Oh, go let them in. I need to go let Timmy out. So, yeah, we're right at the 3-hour mark. And I say everybody's already started jumping off. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Of course, thank you, Sanchez, for the donations. And, what is it? Yeah, just Sanchez so far donating today. But thank you for all that. That, you know, always makes my day right there. Thank you all for hanging out with me and Timmy. Timmy is like, he's just giving me that look like, I want to go, dude. Come on. You want to hop up? Better view. All right, better view of his belly. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll do it again next week. I'm working on some stuff for the channel, some probably a new schedule soon. So I'm going to try to fit in another live stream during the week and do something different. But yeah, new stuff coming up again. So yeah, thanks again. Cheers, Jason. Yeah, it's time's up again. It's 3 hours. We made it 3 hours at this point. Usually that's what we do. And there he goes. Timmy says bye. Timmy says bye. Let's go outside. He's got to pee. You got to pee? You got to pee? Yeah. He's wagging his tail. He's got to pee. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Yeah, we'll do it again. Same schedule as always right now. But yeah, we'll do some more next time. Have a good day.